Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm sorry, last minute technical difficulties. I'm getting alerts here. I use StreamYard. Those of you who have been around, you know I use StreamYard to put these live streams out, and they're sending me all kinds of alerts because like Facebook is deleting my live stream. I don't know what the hell's going on. So for anybody who was hoping to watch on Facebook, you're bumming because it's like literally deleted my live stream here at this point. So for everybody else who's here, welcome. Happy Wednesday. How's your day going? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Smash that like button up if you're in here. And as a matter of fact, let's go see who is here right now. Boom. Automatic Beats in the house. Good morning, sir. Glad you are here. And he is on fire today. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks, Automatic Beats. Well, what am I talking about today? Today is going to be a little bit of a continuation of the live stream I did on Monday with regard to the rate cuts and the Fed. As a matter of fact, for the first time ever, I might be just watching live the FOMC meeting a little later on today. So watch for a notification about that. If I'm going to go live, I'm probably going to go live a little ahead of it. Maybe around 2 o'clock, 2:15, something like that, Eastern time. And we'll watch what Powell has to say live and go from there. I am very much interested to see where he's going to pivot with the different things going on. And we're going to talk about that. Is he going to cut? I'm still thinking he's going to try and hold the line, but we're going to see how much pressure he is under right now to actually do even a 25 basis point cut, which is going to obviously affect the cryptocurrency markets. Speaking of which, let's go take a look at the cryptocurrency markets. All right, bring up CoinGecko right here. And let's do this so you can see it a little bit better. Put the not financial advice because you know how that goes. And all right, let's take a quick look at what's going on. Just refresh this. Now, yesterday, I mean, I was getting alerts left and right. How everything was just dropping out, bottoming out of the markets. And I mean, I think Bitcoin went down to something like in that 66K range yesterday. And here we are, Bitcoin back in the 69K range. I'll take it. And I think it's going to be steadier on from here, if you ask me. But hey, what the hell do I know, right? All right. So we got Ethereum here at 36. I mean, that thing plummeted down. I think it was around a 33 or 32K mark and back up to 36 here. So definitely some buying opportunities yesterday. As I was mentioning in between all the technical difficulties I was having yesterday on the Matrix Money podcast live stream, that unfortunately, I don't have enough money on the side to do any buying yesterday. So my fault for not being completely prepared. Still some red in the market. Let's look it out. BNB 626 down 10%, but still on its way back up today. Solana 159.44, down almost 8% still, but up about 5.5% today. So that had taken a bit of a hit for the Solana fans out there. Excuse me. And this yes, I get it. And Automatic Beat saying, yeah, I didn't have any money to buy yesterday either. Yeah, I usually try to keep a little bit on the side, so I'm able to take care of buying in those opportunities that when they happen. But yeah, I had already exhausted that little extra. And yes, I was waiting for it. Automatic Beats sold to the moon. So and no hit taken here. Well, yeah, you don't really take a hit, I guess, unless you're selling, right? So if you bought at a higher price. So let's see, let's keep going. XRP 49 cents. So definitely a good buying opportunity for anybody looking for XRP. Doge took a bit of a hit yesterday, still down over 10%, about 14.5 cents right now. So if you're looking to get into Dogecoin, that now might be the opportunity. Cardano still down about 4.5%, 43 cents. And they've got a hard fork coming up that's supposed to be ushering in their new era. And I'm not really going to talk about much of that today, but be aware that that is coming. I think it's meant to happen at the end of this month, if memory serves. Sheeb still down 12%. AVAX still down overall 8%. But look at this, still a good buy, 33.18. My goodness. Tron, pretty much the stable coin during this whole event. Kind of funny right there. Chainlink, wow, Chainlink took quite a hit, but still a good buying price, $15.92. Again, to me, anything under $20 for Chainlink is awesome. Let's see, BCH 459.17, looking good. Uniswap back up above $10, but still down. I mean, up almost 10%, still down almost 10% on the week. It's kind of funny. That did take a bit of a hit. Let's see, Matic 63 cents, still down almost 10.5%. Crazy. Litecoin, again, for what it's meant to be used for. Buy shit, save your Bitcoin. Litecoin 78.33, so back below that 80-cent mark. Pepe took quite a hit, but look, the recovery in the last 24 hours, 13.5%. Moving on up, as they say, moving on up. Okay, here we go. More technical difficulties. Good Lord, man, why? I don't understand the why. Life. All right, let's keep going. Caspa, got to definitely stop here. Up 12% in the last 24 hours, 17.5 cents on Caspa. I mean, wow, still looking pretty good. And overall, though, for the week, down almost 6%, 5.8, almost 6%. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And yeah, so looking pretty good. Let's see, Render, one of those that you can vote for this Friday night, first time. Crypto on the Rocks, the second half DCA portfolio, D-Pins and Render is one of those that you can vote for. Bounced back with a vengeance, it looks like here at this point. Up over 13% in the last 24 hours, but still down 11% over the last week. H-bar, look at this, still down below 10%, 10 cents. Wow. And all I'm drinking is water. Just saying. Just water. Maybe at the FOMC meeting, if I do that live stream today, that might be a different issue. But we shall see. But still down below 10 cents. And that's even with it being up over 8% in the last 24 hours. So, wow. Goodbye for H-bar. Monero, 176.06. Looking mighty strong. It did dip a little bit yesterday with the rest of the market, but like still up over 7.5% in the last 7 days. Wow. That's all I got to say for the leading privacy coin. And WIF, let's look, up almost 10% in the last 24 hours, but still down over 18% in the last week, $2.79. It was up over $3 there for a while. So if you're looking to buy some WIF, now might be a good time. Might be a good time. Let's see, what do we got here? Hey, 100 Air in the house. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you being here, as always. And let's see, let's take in a couple more here, and then we'll get into what I was going to talk about. Arweave. You just heard the news about Library moving over to Arweave. That's been kind of all over the news, up about 4.5% in the last 24 hours, but took a major hit from its price action over the last 7 days, 35.13. With up 10% in the last 24 hours, but still down 12% over the last 7 days. Thorchain, Rune, we're going to go down to the top 100 here. Looking, wow, weaker than I really thought it would, to be completely honest with you. $5.22. That's being back up 5%, but look at this, still down almost 17% in the last 7 days. And I don't know, but Thorchain doesn't seem to go much below that $5 mark. So I don't know. Might be a good time rather, to buy some Thor chain, some rune, if that's what you're looking to do. Let's see what else we want to talk about here. Ave, if you're into that, 92.61, still down 10% overall from where it started out before the market dip yesterday. And let's see, 100 Air is asking, will library still be proof of work? That's a great question. I don't know. I haven't really taken the deep dive into what's going on with regard to this partnership, migration, whatever the hell it's going to be, moving over to Arweave. To be quite frank, I am still a little bit perplexed about why they're moving over to Arweave. I mean, you built the blockchain to be a censorship resistant YouTube style platform, but yet, you're kind of moving things there. I don't know. The bottom line is 100 Air. I don't have an answer to the question. I've been reaching out to a bunch of people trying to get some interviews in with regard to that. So if I am able to do that, we'll ask right there during that interview. But right now, I don't have that answer. I'm sorry, sir. Let's see. Go a couple more here. Algorand, looking pretty good. 16.5 cents. Jupe, for those who are about the Jupiter exchange, back under $1. 98 cents. Okay, guys, I'm trying to actually come back live in here. I don't know if you can see me or not. If you can let me know. Yeah, the government got me. Oh my God, I don't understand what is going on with my internet lately. According to this, I have internet, but no internet. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you guys actually hear me right now? You can see me, but can't hear me? Oh, God. I don't know. I'm still trying to enter. Hold on. Let's see. How about now? And hold on. Holy crap. You guys got me? You got my back? Holy crap. I don't understand. Yes, the government. I love it. I love you guys. Uh yes, CCM got abducted. Yeah. The government got me. I tell you, sometimes I really believe it. I swear to God, in an interrogation room. Well, if I had to log in on my phone, yeah, you kind of would have thought that, yeah. Oh crap. Hold on. I'm trying, because I logged in on my phone. Now my phone's trying to log me back in. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I can see, okay, 100 Air saying I'm good. He's saying we're back. Okay, good, good. Because I'm trying to look on one of my other devices just to make sure, and I can't see myself. So if you guys say I'm back, I trust you that I am back. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it was aliens. Yeah, I don't know about aliens, but I'll definitely go with the government. But honest to goodness. Okay, you know what? Let's just move on. Enough with the obvious issues with the internet here. I'm going to keep going before I lose more. Good God. Good God. All right. So listen, FOMC meeting today. I know at the end of the day, this is, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. It's not just US centric, but I mean, the US dollar is still the world reserve currency. You've got the Fed sitting here setting rates that generally get followed by other central banks around the world as the US exports its inflation across the globe. Again, that's a whole live stream, video, whatever, for a completely another time because there is so much that needed or would need to be covered with regard to that. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Here we go. It really is something going on right now because my whole screen just went blank. Holy Okay, the government is messing with me. They're definitely messing with me. I I give up, man. I give up. I don't give up. I don't give up. That would just be given in to them. So, but oh my goodness, here we go. Wow, my entire computer screen has gone just dead here, and I can't bring it back up. Holy Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna clip along here because things are we gotta get through this. So the first thing I wanted to bring up, because again, will he raise rates? Will he not raise rates? We're gonna find out. But let's take a look at some of the things he's going to be looking at when deciding if that's going to actually happen. Well, I'm glad I'm clear there because my screen literally just keeps blacking out like my computer just shut down. But wow, difficulties right now. Anyway, let's take a look at this. So I'm gonna keep going. So I apologize if this is a little more disjointed than a normal live stream, guys. I apologize. Like I said, they got the satellite beaming right in on me. Next thing you know, it's just going to be poof. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to melt in front of you. All right. So again, links to this is in the description of this live stream. So go ahead and check this out after the fact. But he's like, because if you remember, we just had the jobs report come out. One of the things that the Fed is tasked with doing is, managing the growth of the economy, and the businesses that want to take loans to maybe, expand their businesses when the interest rates are high, they're not doing that kind of thing. And one of the metrics that the Fed looks at is the job numbers. Now, if you were to listen to our feeble-minded president and his administration, you would think that the things are great. Things are awesome. I mean, we added over, according to this, 272,000 jobs in the month of May. Again, until you actually dig into the numbers, and I mentioned this in my live stream on Monday, full-time, that's part-time jobs. Let me bring that back up. 272,000 part-time jobs were added. Excuse me. The majority of which went to illegal aliens, but let's not get me going about that. Finally, if you actually dig into the numbers, you can see that full-time jobs, which is and should be the base metric for jobs, 125,000. Companies are laying people off left and right. I mean, there are all kinds of reports out in California since California decided they were going to raise the minimum wage. What was it now, to $20 or $25, whatever the hell it is? About 100,000 fast food workers gone. Why? Companies can't afford it. You can't do business. That's why you're seeing things like automation in these latest fast food restaurants and that kind of thing. Anyway, so part-time employment rose by 286,000, along with the unemployment rate of 4%. This is the biggest drop in full-time employment since December of 2023. It's also the first month with 4+% unemployment since February of 2022. But yet they're going to tell you that things are strong and moving well. Now, in my opinion, well, it's not my opinion, one of the things that Powell should be looking to decide whether or not he's going to cut rates is the jobs report. And if you're actually reading the numbers on this jobs report, newsflash, it isn't a good jobs report. You are crushing businesses with your inflation. So that's the first thing that he needs to look at. And excuse me. Then let's go. I've got a couple of things queued up, and I'm going to move a little bit quicker than I was planning to move. Again, just because I don't want the aliens or the government or wherever the hell it is to get me while I'm here on the live stream. Although you guys can send the cavalry in. Come and save me. Oh my goodness, come save me. All right. We all know that the government and the Fed is printing money, right? I mean, that's no secret. That's probably the worst kept secret in Washington. I was going to say something, but we're going to let that pass. If this was crypto on the rocks or after hours crypto, well, then yeah, it would be out there. But no. Anyway, the key is that now remember, and I've been saying it in the last several live streams as we talked about the banks on the verge of failure here in the U.S. Got 63 of them on the verge of insolvency. You've got a very fragile ecosystem going on. You've got the BRICS building their own monetary system. You've got more countries petitioning to join the BRICS. You have de-dollarization going on across the globe. You have Saudi Arabia, who will the agreement for the petrodollar, and I should probably do this. The agreement for the petrodollar expired a few days ago or end of last week, whatever it was, and that ain't getting renewed. Because now trade with all these other people and denominate their oil reserves in other monetary units. And I mean, they're already doing that. Let's be honest. But now, they'll probably do a dual system for a while because, again, you still need the U.S. dollar. A lot of countries still use the U.S. dollar and so on. So, but you've got all of these things starting to stack together to basically come against the U.S. dollar system. Another thing that Powell needs to be looking at, because again, by keeping these interest rates high, what's he doing? He's exporting the U.S. interest rates, the U.S. inflation. Sorry. And let's dig into this a little bit deeper because I can see more. Wow. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys, this stream, I get it. I apologize. But right here, EJ Antoni, I love this guy. Link again to this tweet in the description of this live stream. And we're printing $628 million per day to control inflation. $628 million per day to control inflation. And newsflash, frankly, it's not under control. And one of the last things we're going to look at are the current inflation numbers that just came out, the CPI numbers, which is just nothing more than smoke and mirrors. And we'll get into that a little bit later. I am so sorry. Excuse me. Allergies. Horrible. My car's, the pollen, my car's went from brown to yellow. Anyway, but we're printing up a crazy amount of money on a daily basis just to try and keep this under control. And let's be honest, right now, and I've mentioned it in so many different videos and live streams, right now, our debt is increasing to the tune of approximately $1 trillion every 90 days. That is an insane amount of money and something that is completely unsustainable. Another thing that he needs to kind of be looking at in the back of his head. And then we're going to go take a look. Robert Breedlove, and for those who don't follow him, you really should. Great guy. What is Money podcast? Awesome. Absolutely awesome. But he retweeted this tweet from Ron Paul, another one. Talk about having the right head on your shoulders right here. Robert Breedlove says in 1913, the death sentence for the U.S. constitutional republic was written. And he's right. And Ron Paul, the year that led to today's economic torture. Both the income tax and the Fed were created that year. The income tax made everyone's earnings the property of the government first. Most people just don't think about it. Like, okay, I gotta pay the government, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that income tax means you got to pay the government first. They have the right to your wages before you do. And sorry, I got things popping up everywhere here. Holy crap. What the government allows people to keep is then relentlessly stolen by the Fed's inflation. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. I know that doesn't necessarily relate to what Powell has got to have and think about, but it is pertinent to all of us that live in the United States. My goodness, these allergies. I'm so sorry, guys. That's why it's nice when I'm doing the Matrix Money podcast, because as I might be choking over here, I've got somebody else that could run things. And thanks to Jar for kind of running things yesterday. He got thrust into that last minute. I think he did a great job, all things being equal. So props to Jar. All right, let's take a look at this. Did you ever consider, I mean, I know we just talked about how much they're printing in order to keep inflation in check. But take a look at this. Oh, did I just bring up the wrong one? Oh, I brought up the wrong one. I am so sorry. Boop. Hang on. I've got two tweets from this guy, so I apologize for bringing up the wrong one. Yeah, this one. Here we go. So the U.S. government interest payments on the federal debt are now higher than annual defense spending. Again, because as I just mentioned, you've got approximately $1 trillion of new debt being added every 90 days. And all you're doing, we don't even have the money to service the debt we have. End of day. We don't collect enough money in taxes to service the debt we have. And 100 Airs chiming in here. Senator Warren is airdropping pollen all of your. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm beginning to think there's some conspiratorial shit happening here between pollen and internet service and yeah, my computer glitching. I mean, holy man, it's crazy, crazy. But think about this. Now we're spending more to service our debt than we are to actually defend ourselves. And it's only going to go up. It's only going to go up because we're increasing the debt $1 trillion every 90 days. Again, things that Powell needs to think about or should be in his wheelhouse of thought when he's thinking about rates. And let's take a look at this. Speaking of Elizabeth Warren, as 100 Air just did, she took some time away from sending a bunch of pollen all over my house. We're going to read through a little bit of this letter. You know, she's on the banking committee, so she gets a lot of oversight with regard to this. But at the end of the day, the Fed things just spinning in front of me. Oh God. Again, I apologize for this live stream, guys. I really, really do. Anyway, let's take a quick look through this letter from. She says, Dear Chair Powell, we write today to urge you, because it was also signed by a couple of other senators. We write today to urge the Fed to cut the Fed funding rate from its current 2-decade high of 5.5%. This sustained period of high interest rates is already slowing the economy, obviously, because, you know, we've lost 625,000 full-time jobs, and is failing to address the remaining key drivers of inflation. Well, yeah, because the Fed only has guns to try and control inflation. And when you're continuing to print money on a daily basis to the tune of, what was that, 625 million every day, yeah, you're going to have inflation. The European Central Bank, the ECB, which, like the Fed, has a mandate to steer inflation toward a target of 2%, cut interest rates for the first time in 5 years. It's time for the Fed to do the same. And then she goes into other major central banks are leaning toward lowering interest rates. She mentions the ECB. She mentions the Bank of Canada that are part of the G7. She also mentions Sweden, Switzerland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. I mean, interest rates. So the options for these countries are limited. They have to do what they have to do because, you know, think about it. It's political in every country. It doesn't matter how you slice it or how you dice it. The key to this particular letter is to see what kind of juice Elizabeth Warren actually has, in my opinion. And we'll see that in a few hours when Powell does his FOMC meeting and makes his statements to reporters. So let's see. What is another thing that Powell has to think about when he's talking about or thinking about cutting these interest rates? Well, he needs to see what the CPI numbers are. And now I think these CPI numbers are a bunch of shit. They don't mean crap because they're nothing but influenced numbers here. And matter of fact, I meant to bring up the other one that was 3.3%, but because I agree with this guy right here. Let's read through what he has to say. Because it makes a difference if CPI is published at 3.3 or 3.4%. He starts laughing. And he's right. I mean, come on now. Come on. Wake up. This number is fake anyway. CPI is probably the most manipulated number in human history. Let's be honest. Real and feel it. And it is manipulated numbers because the CPI is based off a basket of goods, right? A basket of goods. Now, the problem is that this basket of goods is changed all the time. And I get the theory behind changing it all the time because why? You know, what people actually purchase does change. You know, iPhones didn't exist back in the 70s when they started using this metric. And, you know, typewriters are no longer a thing today like they were in the 70s. So, yeah, I get it. You got to tweak the basket to meet new technology, etc. But here's the other piece that just makes it completely manipulated. They don't include things like food. Okay, guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me again. I'll tell you what, this is just insane what is going on here. I really do believe that there are, this is sus. This is just sus what's going on. So I'm going to end the stream right now. And I apologize for everything that's happened with this stream. And yeah, I appreciate that. Automatic Beats is saying you can see me again. Yeah, I'm back on my phone because I don't know what the hell is going on. I've never had such problems as I'm having recently. I don't know what the hell it is, but it really does make me wonder. It really does make me wonder. It only seems to happen when I go live. That's the key. I only have these issues when I'm about to go live. Why is that? Why is that? I don't know. But I'm going to end the stream. Oh, wait. Oh, look, it's going to let me come back here. Let's see if I can't end it this way. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream, guys. I apologize again. Appreciate the fact that Automatic Beats will be here tomorrow. I appreciate it. I don't know. Like I said, this is never, only when I'm going live, it seems to be happening now. I don't understand what the hell the problem is. But I am going to end the stream. I'm going to try and go live again around 2 o'clock today for the FOMC meeting. I'm going to see if I can't make some tweaks with the router here and see if that's the issue and go from there. So I'm going to head out. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm definitely going to be live again tomorrow talking about, I think, the adoption, some Bitcoin adoption stuff. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. I appreciate everybody being here again today. Sorry for the live stream crap. And I will see you guys again. Yes. See you later. Appreciate it. See you later. I'll see you guys later. Take care.